Hi, I'm Zed. Welcome to GTspirit in sunny Sweden. We're at the Sturup Raceway with the Porsche 718 Cayman. We've driven the Boxster and now it's time to put the Cayman through its paces. I drove this very special Miami blue car this morning from Malmo, where we spent the evening. And yeah, now it's time to put it through its paces on the track. So welcome to the 718 Cayman S. I just did a few hot laps in both the Cayman and the Cayman S. Really impressed actually. It's really engaging. I was actually surprised. It seems the talk of the town these days is the loss of 2 cylinders, and yeah, it's all bad news and things like that. But from what I can see and hear, it's all pretty still. Yeah, it's pretty good. If you look at it from the perspective of being a better car, I don't think it's suffered in any way. The 6-cylinder is something that, especially in the GT4, I mean, this is no GT4, but it really dominates the driving experience. I mean, especially with the naturally aspirated engine, the long gearing of this car, you really need to let it build. I mean, but it doesn't really get there until quite far into it with the turbocharging. I mean, I'm in 5th gear now, well, that's 5,000 revs, and it's still not that entertaining. It doesn't kind of have that same special sort of feeling. I mean, the steering's an electric rack and that's really suffering, but when you sit low to the ground like I am now, you can really feel a lot through the backside. And like I just experienced on track, the car remains so composed. Especially the Cayman, I was very surprised. It was, you can pretty much exploit 100% of the power 100% of the time. The Cayman S was a little more playful, which was actually really enjoyable. Little squiggles here and there. We weren't allowed to turn the traction control off, probably the best, seeing as I'm no racing driver. Unfortunately, we couldn't drive the manual on track, but the PDK is just so incredible. And I mean, the way this thing picks up speed, you wouldn't expect it from a 4-cylinder car. Yeah, I mean, back on the road, it's amazing how this car can do absolutely everything. It's fairly comfortable, it's fairly quiet when you put it in the normal setting. When you put it in sport, you get the exhaust sound, and you can do that again from a button. But it's really pleasant to drive. In terms of styling, it's been tweaked, refined, tightened and sharpened all around. The new front end is wider and lower than the predecessor, and the rear I think is really impressive. They've managed to utilize the Porsche name on the new rear wing design, which again isn't to everybody's taste, but a very smart revision that they've made. So what about the stats? What makes this car feel so good? So we've got 350 horsepower coming from the 4-cylinder, delivered either by the 6-speed manual, which I really recommend. It's a joy to use. The throw is so great, especially from 3rd to 2nd and 2nd to 3rd. 0 to 62 or 100 kilometers an hour is done in 4.6 seconds. Again, not the quickest car, but don't forget this is just the S, and we can expect a GTS and hopefully a GT4 version again to follow the predecessor, which has proven to be so successful. The top speed is 285 kilometers an hour, which I believe is 177 miles an hour. Again, plenty to keep up with all the big boys in the Autobahn. If you think about it, there are no real competitors for this car. I mean, a mid-engine rear-wheel drive car available with a manual gear shift? No, it's pretty unheard of. I mean, many people say, yeah, Alpha 4C is 4-cylinder as well, but that car's a lot lighter and there's a lot less weight. And the interior quality, and who knows about the reliability in a few years' time. Others may say Lotus Exige, okay, it's much more of a track weapon. Again, it totally lacks in the daily usability that this car really enjoys. In terms of price, this car comes in at just under £49,000. I think it's pretty good value. But then again, it always comes back to, yeah, you're buying a 4-cylinder car which costs close to £50,000, which is certainly no bargain. But for the build quality, which is just absolutely exceptional, I mean, there's some great Alcantara lining on the ceiling. The leather is like anything you could expect from a top-end German manufacturer. I mean, dynamically, this is arguably one of the best cars on the market for that kind of money. Yeah, fair enough. You spend a little bit more and you may find a BMW M4 in your price range, but again, it's a totally different proposition. I mean, as a driver's car, I think this is one of the purest experiences out there. The 718 name may resonate with you because, of course, it's shared with the Boxster sister of the car. Of course, they share the same engine, the same gearbox, and now they're pretty much identical mechanically. So yeah, it's pretty much now a choice of entry-level Porsche. It used to be the Boxster, and now it's the Boxster or the Cayman. And for me personally, the Cayman is a little bit better to drive. It's a lot more balanced, and The chassis, as I mentioned before, is really, really sweet. It's in a great place. So that's it. That's the end of our time in Sweden and with the 718 Cayman, which has been really, really good fun. If you want to find out more, be sure to check out our review at GTspirit.com and check out our social media channels, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. There was lots of coverage, so yeah, be sure to subscribe, and we hope to see you again soon. Hi, I'm Zed. Welcome to GTspirit and Berkeley Square, where Bentley, Jack Barkley and HRO are hosting a very special event. A few of the Bentleys have just returned from Le Mans and they're going to do a few parade laps. It's a very special event with a very nice party, and yeah, let's go inside and have a look.